Hey everybody, my name is Rydo, and today we're going to be spotlighting Eurofighter Typhoon. Now, the intro when you load this game is probably the best thing I'm going to be able to show off, so let's go silent and watch that.
No one could have predicted that in the early years of a new millennium, world peace would hang on the fate of one remote island. In a time of global harmony, few believed that the formidable strength of NATO would be challenged and tested. In Europe, the spectre of an old enemy has arisen, with intent to settle unfinished business between East and West. Now only Iceland stands between peace and World War III.
So this is a 2001 game on Steam. It is at least been released on Steam in 2001. I would not be surprised if it was actually re-released a lot earlier than that. And it's rated on Steam mostly negative. The reason for that being that this is a rather complex simulation flying game. We're in demo mode right now. That originally came with a 106-page manual. However, on the Steam version, comes with nothing. So, even in my attempts to set this up and record this series, I have like no freaking clue what to do. On top of that, this game does not go into full screen. It does not support any relatively decent ratio. It's running probably 320 by 240, less than like a 640 by 480 resolution for even rather old games. And this game certainly is going to fit into our theme for November, which is never going to play at November. The graphics, probably, for a 17-year-old game, looks pretty good. And during its heyday, when this came out, this could have been one of the several flying sim games that came out for PC that people were very happy with and would buy $100, $200 flight sticks for. Let's just go to some simple things here. You click options, nothing happens. You click tactical maps, nothing happens. You click mission radar, nothing happens. You click to transfer, what does that say? Transfer, everything is so small it's hard to even read it. Transfer pride, nothing happens. And then you click war regolds or respawns, like nothing. The game has a speed up and slow down function and a save, and so it's some kind of simulation. But if you were to click a new game in peacetime, you're then immediately thrown into this screen, which really isn't explaining anything. That 106-page manual clearly makes sense that it would be needed because there's nothing in this game getting explained. This is just bad game design 101. And so now we're in peacetime, and we're given this text that I can't read because the screen's too small, the resolution's too small, and the camera really just flips between different people. You're just looking at different people that you can, when you get the little tutorial going, you can switch your camera to look at any of these, I assume, Air Force personnel of Iceland just hanging around. You can look at Smart Cam and see that seemed to have triggered something, so I've gotten further than I got before. But honestly, it seems like I can just go back to wherever I was. And I'm not really controlling anything. And at any point I can pause the game. And at any point I can speed up the game. But what game am I playing? Options now work. However, you can see you really don't have a lot of options, and the cursor has just decided to go crazy. So maybe it's decided to start from peacetime into a actual mission. So maybe we'll get to the game. Look at these 17-year-old graphics though. This is not something you'd want to play. Notice there's literally no audio playing, so a lot of budget went to 3D animating, and yet talkie games would have been very doable during this time. So it seems very odd that no audio is playing. Maybe that is a bug, or maybe that is just because they're going to have so many missions that maybe are procedurally generated. Doesn't seem like we're really doing anything. We can now look at these maps, and again, since I can't read anything, it feels like I'm clicking buttons to cause something to happen, but I have no freaking clue what is happening at all. Like, this is war reports, I guess. Let's see. So, yeah, that's where I'm left with this game. Is there's no way to skip forward. You're just fast forwarding, and we can go to Smart Cam. We can see that most of these people are still relaxing, where Chief is doing something else, but there's no right click, it seems like, on anything. So yeah, I just don't. It seems like the game literally wants you just to watch these terrible 3D animated sections, and eventually something will happen. But it's been about 10 minutes, well 8 minutes, since the beginning of the game, and all it's really done is had me click OK. Now, to be fair, personally, I don't think I'd play very many flying sim games in the first place. I have been told by some of my fans to play a game called Bomber Crew, which is more of a cartoony style animation bomber crew simulation game that's not really like flight simulator. I imagine this
systems online and correct.
See, there we go. We have an actual indicator. I'm gonna hit forward, left and right, and WASD.
Waypoint passed.
W did something. Clicking on all of these green buttons doesn't seem like it's doing anything. Moving the mouse wheel's not doing anything. Right clicking is not doing anything. So, and touching my Xbox controller, Xbox One controller is not doing anything, clearly. I have this feeling that this probably is supposed to be hooked up to a very old style gamepad flight stick that literally you probably couldn't even find one for sale these days to play. Like, I'm just stuck here. Like, who knows of all the P is pause. Like, there clearly are keys that will do things, but it's not a WASD. Maybe it's a number pad. Well, number pad 8 put us so that we could look up and down, and now I'll never get it back into the right place because it's so herky and jerky. Yeah, I think that's about as far as we can go. I got this game for free. If I didn't mention that, this is one of those games that that I would almost assume this was given away for free via Humble Bundle store just as advertisement. I bet they had hundreds, if not thousands, of keys for this game where nobody really was interested in it and they were just giving it away. It does bring up an interesting question. Should you take a free game for any service if you're really never going to play it and you know you're never going to play it? Because I could have probably guessed I was never going to play Eurofighter Typhoon even in the beginning. There was a small chance that maybe this would have been a top-down strategy game with a lot of polish and some interesting characters and might bring me into a genre that I don't usually play. But the vast majority of Tycoon games, I think I probably just failed the mission. The vast majority of flying simulator games I have very little interest in. Maybe I would play the most recent good version of a Microsoft Flight Simulator, something that might teach me to fly a light aircraft plane, or at least step me down the process in which at someday I could actually get a proper education from a proper school to fly a light aircraft. But flying old planes, flying military planes, simulators like that are not really anything that ever expands to something you'd actually do in the real world, so it's hard to justify wanting to do that. And they're all very precise. As somebody who was classically trained to be a computer programmer, I think flying an airplane would be, to me, what programming is to a lot of people who don't care about programming. It's just very obsessive. You have to be 100% accurate. You have to know and do everything perfectly, or the entire thing will fall apart. This probably will go down as one of my shortest videos. I can't even really exit out because the menu, I guess maybe we could get back to the if I click exit game, maybe that would get us back to the main menu, and then we could see if we start one in wartime and see if that speeds anything up. No, not really. You still start in the same rec room, just waiting, just watching a lot of people stay around. So yeah, you can kind of get it that this game is not for people who don't have nostalgia for your Eurofighter Typhoon and still have the manual and probably have several flight sticks connected. This is just not for your average video game player. Well, I'm gonna end this recording here. Let's see, we'll just close the game completely. That's gonna be it for this recording. I end all my recordings the same way. I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos, because all of that helps me with YouTube and tells them that my videos are worth watching. When you subscribe, click the notification bell. If you want a friend to follow me on things like Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Google+, Steam, or Battle.net, all of that information is down below. And if you want to support me even further, you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game or a gift card, either a game off my wishlist or just one you'd like to see me cover. Or you can support me monthly via Patreon. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.